Hello buddies and welcome to the Davis Cup Season 4. As it was explained in the trailer, actually Aleph was undefeated during the previous season of the Davis Cup, but something changed in this new season. In fact, Barbarian was defeated by Maya 3-1 during the first day of the stage 3, and Illuminati is the new AI which will try to do the same than what Maya did. At least it seems to be really hard for Illuminati, but let's say that Illuminati against Barbarian were the last final of the two last tournaments. I mean Friend Crazy 8 and Master of AI tournament. So Illuminati is definitely an AI which can get some victories against Barbarian. It's something that we will check right now. Um, well, Illuminati already played several times against Barbarian in the previous season, and the score was always 4-0 for Barbarian. But Illuminati has a new version which was uploaded like 3 or 4 months ago. And with that last version, Illuminati was able to win against Barbarian few games in the last tournament, the Fan Crazy. So let's see. Oh, and yesterday we saw Promi and the Horde, which played against each other. The score was 2-2. And Barbarian versus Illuminati is the last set of the day 5. And after what we will have the last set of the stage number 3, and we can't wait Maya against Illuminati, which will be really interesting, maybe the more interesting set of the last day in the group A. And in the opposite side, Tribal Warrior looks to be in a good position actually, because it is ahead in the group B, and we'll have to face Doomsday, which is actually the AI at the last position of this group, while Promi will have to play against Pharaoh, and the Horde against the really dangerous Eagle's Revenge, which can definitely be the surprise of the season 4. So let's start the first game of this set, which will be 1 versus 1. Civilization are team random. The map is Arabia, as usual in the Davis Cup series. So I think that everything is ready to start. So let's go. Korean. So the blue player is Illuminati. The TC is really close to the border of the map. It already found its 4 nearest ships. In the opposite, Barbarian has a good forest back, which is in a safe position. But well, the 2 main gold are really exposed. Well, this is a map in which we've got a lot of lake, but the forest looks good for both of those AIs. And Barbarian picked the good forest in the back, that's good. So Barbarian has various strategies. I really don't know what it can do as Korean. I wouldn't be surprised if it goes for a double archery range. And Illuminati's side, it's more limitative. I'm not sure that Illuminati can scout rush or drush, so it will be probably mixed with archers and skirmishers, probably. So I actually don't have my cell phone, so I don't know if I've got already few viewers. Let me check. Okay, hey Armelon. 2 viewers already, but anyway, it's early in the evening, so I'm not surprised. Maybe a few more viewers soon. Okay, so as expected, we see 2 archer range for the both AIs. Well, already one good attack by the Barbarian Scout, which killed 1 villager. I didn't check the betting challenge, but I'm pretty sure that almost every bettor has probably bet a 4-0 for Barbarian. I'll just have a look about it. So yeah, Promiscuity thinks that Illuminati can get 1 game to Barbarian. So does John the Late and Electricity. But the whole other bettors think that Barbarian should win by a score of 4-0. So Illuminati has to prove that it definitely can get 1 victory in Arabia map. Illuminati is actually obtaining really good results in other maps, like in the Friend Crazy at least, but on Arabia it looks to be harder for Illuminati to defeat Barbarian. Okay, so Barbarian is already attacking with a bunch of archers. It sounds good for Illuminati because it can counter with skirmishers pretty easily. And oh, Barbarian is gonna lose his early units. And Barbarian, okay, Barbarian goes for skirmishers at least. Illuminati could get an advantage of the hill, but it decided to GB, while it had almost the same amount of military units. Oh, and Illuminati is the first in researching Castle Age. That's really nice. And it's meaning stone, so we can think that it would like to go for War Wagon in the middle of the Castle Age. Or maybe just because it built 1 defensive tower, so it just needs to get the 200 stone to build the next thesis. Okay, crossbows plus Bodkin arrow are researched immediately for Illuminati. That sounds fine. At the same time, we see that Barbarian produced a lot of units in 3 archery range against 2 only, but Illuminati has a siege workshop already. Oh, the lumberjack is in a really big danger. And okay, both of the guys are researching elite skirmishers, but unfortunately for Illuminati, Barbarian was the first in researching it. So that's where Barbarian is doing a great job. Oh, this Morganelli is doing the job. The bad point for Illuminati is the fact that it has actually 6 less villagers than its opponent. Okay, 2 rams. I don't know why Illuminati goes for 2 rams. It's clearly not dominating enough, I would say, but the 2 mangonels are a good idea. And maybe having had some knights can be interesting, because the opponent goes for a lot of range units and it's still got few skirmishers. Okay, a third TC is under construction for Illuminati, while Barbarian is already having 3. And the difference in the civilian amount is growing. Actually, Barbarian has almost 10 more villagers than its opponent. It can be important in the late game. It just means that Illuminati should try something. And Barbarian managed to have more units and more villagers. Okay, so it looks like Barbarian doesn't want to stay passive. Oh, the Mongols are kind of far. Okay, one villager is coming to repair the mangonel. Okay, now Illuminati should counterattack. It has 20 military units against 6. It's the moment for Illuminati to counter right now. Oh, nice micro for the mangonel Barbarian side. And Barbarian is actually researching Imperial Age. A second siege workshop for Illuminati. Well, let's say that Barbarian has actually the map control with a lot of onagers and already few war wagons. I'm definitely not... I don't understand why Illuminati went for 2 rams that early in the early Castle Age. Well, the Illuminati's economy is actually hurt too much. Let's check the economy, but it looks to be already over. Yeah, Illuminati doesn't have any economy actually. 10 wood, 20 gold. Okay, it just sold some resources, but anyway, it's just resigned. So GG Barbarian. I think that Illuminati could have been more aggressive when it eventually attacked in the early castle, or it was a late feudal age, I don't remember. When it had the benefit of the hill, both of the AIs had 20 military units, so there was an opportunity maybe for Illuminati. Okay, the first game was really convincing, Barbarian side. The next one is the 2 versus 2. This is the opportunity to see if Illuminati has a good coordination in 2 versus 2. It can be interesting to see this. And this time we've got Mongol plus Spanish. I know that LF doesn't like Spanish as flank. In fact, Spanish can be sometimes uncomfortable because of the lack of crossbows. That explains why LF made Illuminati going for a fast castle plus Conquistador and Mongonel, if I'm right, to defend the early castle age. So we've got Mongol versus Spanish both sides. Let's see if the Mongol take an advantage to their opponents. And Barbarian side, we maybe can see some scout rush as Spanish, and same as Mongol. And both of those guys are able to steal the boar of the enemy, but unfortunately it won't happen this time. Scouts are more focused on luring the deer to the TC. And okay, forgot. So blue just said that it would go for a flush, so it might be archers plus skirmishers as usual. And in fact red tends to build a lot of farms, so we might see a fast castle. The good point for Illuminati is the fact that the gold and the stone are not exposed. Especially the stone is really important for Illuminati to gather the amount of stone necessary to build the castle the fastest it can. Okay, Barbarian goes for a double archery range. So no rush this time. No scout rush. Okay, it looks like purple is delaying a bit its first assault. This is precious time for the red player. And yeah, Illuminati is really close. Okay, it's researching Castle Age, so all is fine actually for red. Oh, it looks like Illuminati didn't find the teal player, so it's gonna attack purple. It can be interesting, because in fact, the lumber camp is attacked. Sometimes the failure of AIs can turn in a success, because at least the blue player was supposed to find teal, and it wouldn't have attacked purple if teal was found. Okay, so the castle is built in a decent time, 19 minutes. We might see some conquistadors coming. So it will be really important for Illuminati to not lose his first conquistador too fast, because it needs to mass the conquistadors. Okay, well-borrowed research by both of the Illuminati players. And the false conquistador, okay, the two first are already trained. Oh, this will hurt. The kill ratio of blue player is not great. 20 kill, 12 kill and 21 loss. And blue is attacked by both of the Barbarians players. Okay, so let's see what this Castle Age army can do on purple, which is researching castle pretty soon. Yeah, going on wood can be interesting, but it needs to kill villagers. Well, the lake of ballistic appears clearly actually. Well, the first attack wasn't a success. It just killed one crossbow, no villager. And okay, blue is in Castle Age. But the crossbows against the elite skirmishers won't help a lot. Well, I think that blue adapted its army composition regarding purple. That's why it didn't care about the skirmishers of the teal player. It explained why it went for crossbows. Okay, the skirmishers are eradicated, but now Illuminati needs something against those knights, especially with the chain barding armor, which is already researched. And red isn't taking any advantage of its fast castle, which was successfully done, but it definitely needs to do something with its conquistadors. And fortunately, the onagers, the mangonels are helping a lot. Well, the Spanish knights are almost unstoppable for the poor Mongol crossbows don't help that much. Okay, so red is actually in Imperial Age. But I'm scared that it won't be useful because blue looks already dead. And what I see is red coming for cavaliers. And the problem is the fact that red was unable to attack the purple's economy. Oh, and Tilly is already in Castle H2, it's researching cavaliers. And it has double the military amount of the red player, so it's not turning very good for red ever. Okay, blue is building town center closer and closer to Italy, but I would say that this town center could have been built in a safer place. "12 population actually for blue. And red is unable to mass a good number of cavaliers. Well, Teal just need to push a little bit more and Reds can be GG really soon. GG! Okay. Well, the Spanish could fast castle and bullet castle safely, but it took absolutely no advantage on this strategy. And blue tended to be 1 versus 2. Okay, so let's see what's going on in the 3 versus 3. I just changed the score. And let's go Breton, Turkish and Chinese. As pocket, we've got Britannic for Illuminati, and in the opposite side, it's Turkish for Barbarian. I would say that I personally prefer Turkish as pocket, just because it has bloodline, and the bonus on gold can be interesting. Well, at least the advantage in the fact that the town center costs less wood can be interesting too. So Britain is definitely not a bad sieve as pocket. Well, in the 1v1 2v2, we could notice that Illuminati is not that aggressive. Barbarian tends to be more aggressive than Illuminati. While compared to Promi, for example, Illuminati is supposed to be aggressive. So I would say that it depends on the opponent. Okay, one rush for Grey, same for Teal. Okay, we will try to watch both of the sides of the map at the same time. I think that, okay, yeah, Illuminati is responding with military, well, civilian soldiers, but it lost already 3 villagers, so Grey is successfully drashing Red. And in the opposite side, it looks like Teal has some problems to cross the forest. Okay, so let's say that Teal is not doing it very well. And no scout rush for the pocket, Barbarian pocket. Well, 3 kill and 7 lows for Red. Let's say that the start is already not great for Red. 24, 25 now civilian population against 34. Almost 9 more civilian population for Grey. That's edge. Okay, so I told that Illuminati was not that aggressive. Let's see what it can do when it shows some aggressiveness. Well, 13 military population against 3. So Blue is in a good position. It does have already fletching and the +1 defense, while Barbarian was just finishing the construction of the blacksmith. And Green is coming at time. And in the other side, it looks like red is almost recovering, I would say. It still has 8 less civilian population than its opponent, but 22 military units against 13. And it camps home. Okay, Grey is gonna attack Red with a sneaky behavior. Let's see what will be the passing. Well, the poor Red is actually doubled. Well, Red just can't have the access to its wood. It's hurting a lot. But look at Teal, 7 population now. So with a bit of aggressiveness, Illuminati can definitely do something. At least we need to remember that Teal just failed his rush at the beginning of the game. Maybe because of a failure in the DUC. And it offers the opportunity to Blue to have the military advantage, and this aggressiveness worked pretty well. Barbarian is almost out of the game, I mean the Teal player, so there is here a real opportunity for Illuminati. Red just have to survive the time required to keep Grey focused on him. Okay, purple is eventually coming, but if Teal loses its town center, it's out of the game. Okay, it's the case. Wow, Red is close to die, and I wouldn't be surprised if Green go for the Imperial Age pretty soon, as Brighton. Booming with 3 TCs. But the problem is it has actually 8 units, while purple has 27, which are knights. Okay, Chukonu and Barbarian will be the first in researching Imperial Age. This is a critical moment for Illuminati. It will need to survive to this attack. And Barbarian is not attacking by the front, in which Illuminati had 2 defensive castles. And the game is really close. But care because purple has cavaliers now. Illuminati was so close to be eliminated of the game. It's sad to see that it doesn't have the food required to train one villager. Okay, Brasser and Chemistry is researched by Blue, but it doesn't have actually the elite Chukonu. Okay, so the army composition is Arbalest for green and Chukonu for blue. And at least Chukonu can be a good unit against the Janissaries. And yeah, Illuminati, we need something to counter the Hussars. Okay, a fourth castle for blue. Oh, one villager for red eventually. Okay, so let's see this army composition. Chukonu plus Halberdiers against the Turkish. Two civilian population for red now. One boy and one girl. It's the beginning of a beautiful story. And blue is pushing slowly but surely the purple player. We actually don't know Grey. Grey is eventually coming with Onagers plus Chukonu. Well, the light carrier has a strange behavior. Well, the economy is really weak, both sides. I think that Illuminati need to sling red player, especially if the game turn long. Well, blue is in 1 versus 2, it was definitely time for green to come. And blue lost his whole military. There was here a really good coordination between both of the barbarians. Pushing in 2 versus 1 worked pretty well. Well, Barbarian has 43 trade cards, and at least Illuminati has way less. He's probably making the difference. Well, blue died in no time, 20 population now. And 3 population only for red. Okay, in the middle of the game we could have thought that Illuminati was able to win it. But unfortunately red died too early, I think. Sorry. So let's change the score. Check the statistics. Yes, Barbarian gathered a lot of gold more compared to Illuminati. It's a triple almost. Okay, so the score is actually 3-0. It means that Barbarian has 12 points, while Illuminati has 11, so Barbarian is reaching the second position of the group A. So the last game can be really important for Illuminati to have the same amount of points to Barbarian. So our last game is a 4 versus 4. I wish good luck to Illuminati. Okay, we've got 1 Aztec. Let's see in which position it is, both sides. Illuminati has Aztec as flank, and Barbarian has Aztec as pocket. I noticed that Barbarian don't tend to boom as Meso, so we should see some Eagle Warriors in Castle Age. It can hurt at least when the opponent goes for skirmishers, for example. Skirmishers and archers without a good support of its pocket. So we've got Turkish and Celt as pocket for Illuminati, and Japanese as flank. I think that's kind of idle if you look at those civilizations. And in the opposite side we've got Celt and Turkish as flank. So the Japanese is pocket, the teal player. Okay, so purple is brushing. And okay, so he's doing orange, the pocket as Aztec player with 5 militians. Okay, already one villager down. A second. The gold mirror are in a big danger. A third dead. A fourth. A 5, a 6. It looks like Illuminati don't like much his brushers. Okay, so let's see the skirmishers against the archers. Okay, this movement was really risky, crossing the town center to reach the enemy's mining camp. And Barbarian has a really good behavior, building a lumber camp the fastest it can. Oh, what's up with green? It looks like he had some trouble to find its opponents, but gray was eventually found. Or maybe it's crossing to join teal. In my memory, Illuminati was really good in exploring the map, but it looks like this new version is not working that well. And it looks like orange is... Okay, orange is going for Eagle Warriors, as expected. And the poor bro is all alone against three barbarians. It looks like Teal considers that blue is closer than green, something like that. You could explain why it's helping this side. But anyway, gray is not attacked. The poor blue is suffering from the beginning of the game after having been double rushed. Now it's 1 versus 3. And yellow doesn't have much army. Actually, it has 2 military units, that camel and something else. And the other pocket has 5 units. Okay, let's see this coordination between green and red and gray. Oh, Chile's coming with knights, which will be cavaliers pretty soon. And orange has already elite eagle warriors. Oh, green is living with 79 population. Okay, that's weird, I would say. Oh, it looks like red wants to go for champions, but it won't have the time for this. It has too many units to counter actually. Okay, GG. Barbarian won 4-0. Okay, Amelon, he did resign. at almost 100 population, something like that. Well, 99 population. It was a good moment to resign, I think. Oh, I just noticed that I didn't use any music in this streaming. Sorry about it. So, what I'm gonna do is to update the bracket, and then I'll have a look about the betting challenge after having changed the score. Okay, I'm alone, thank you, guy. I'm not sure that my voice is that beautiful to hear, but... So... Okay. So, in fact, we've got 13 points for Barbarian. I'm just trying to make it more beautiful, okay. And Illuminati stays with 11 points. And it has actually 5 losses. What does it mean? It just means that Illuminati will need to win by a score of 4-0 against Maya. In the last game. And yeah, Maya just need to, well, to win, let's say 3-1 could be enough for Maya to keep having this first position in the group A. And Illuminati is definitely close to be eliminated after having finished at the top 4 position in the different tournament recently hosted, so it's already a surprise. Let's say that Maya is stealing the top 4 position to Illuminati in this tournament. So let's check now the betting challenge. So almost everyone bet for us this score. Only 3% thought that Illuminati could get 1 victory against Barbie. It was a case of Promi. Of John the Late. And electricity, if I'm right, yes. Okay, so the ranking is not modified. Amalon is leading this competition with 24 points, and Esty is really close with 23.5. Let's check the next games. Okay, so in the group A, Amelon and Esty almost bet the same scores, except Amelon, which bet for 3-1 for Subjugator against Juggernaut, while I do think that Subjugator can win 4-0 against Juggernaut. It can make the difference. Okay, and there is a difference in the score between Promi and Pharaon. 1-3 in the opinion of Amelon, while I think that Promi can get 2 victories to Pharaon. So it can make the difference in the betting challenge to get the leadership of this mini competition. Okay, so I'll stop for today. Thank you for having watched. And maybe tomorrow in the morning I should have time to stream, let's say, Barbarian against Mini Note. And maybe Doomsday against Tribal. And the rest of the games might be casted, I may be co-casted with Aleph, we will see. Or any other caster can be welcome. I'm thinking about Off-Wu or Electricity, for example. So thank you for having watched and see you, bye bye.